This is the lesson where we explain these two words and their differences thoroughly but simply. Today's lesson, by the way, is brought to you by the good people over at PAPERTRUE. Now, for those of us who haven't gotten to know each other just yet, hi, my name's David. Welcome. Great to see you. If this is your first time on my page, drop a comment below. I'd love to get to know you a little bit. So today's lesson is about these two words, who and whom, and they are not homophones, so I'm not going to say this sentence out loud because then I'd be giving you the answer. But what I'd like you to do is figure out which of these words fit into which blank. Is it who in the first blank and whom in the second, or is it the other way around? And is it whom in the first blank and who on the end of the question? You tell me. So this first word, who, is actually the simpler one to understand. A lot of us are already familiar with this. It's the indefinite pronoun. It's used to ask questions about people, and it's used to identify the subject of a sentence. Now, before I explain what this means, let's look at this example. Who woke up Sleeping Beauty? Let's look at that smaller question. Who woke up Sleeping Beauty? We would answer that question with I woke up Sleeping Beauty, or she woke up Sleeping Beauty, or he, or we, or they, or it. Now, all of these words, these pronouns, are used to talk about the subject. And in fact, when we look at the whole question, who is the prince who woke up Sleeping Beauty, we could answer that by saying he is the prince. So again, we're using the subject form of the pronoun. Now the confusion comes with this word, whom. What is this word anyway? Why do we add an M on the end? It sounds so weird. It almost sounds Shakespearean. So this word is also an indefinite pronoun, but the difference is that we use it to identify the object of a sentence. So let's look at this example. Whom will you summon for wizardly level writing correction powers? And the answer to that question would be PAPERTRUE. If what you're looking for is wizardly level, I mean like magic powers level, writing correction, proofreading, editing, then you gotta get in touch with PAPERTRUE. They are the experts when it comes to making your work of writing look like a work of art. There's a link in the description below, or if you're watching on Instagram, you can use the link in my bio. So notice that grammatically, you could answer this question with, you will summon me, you will summon them, you will summon him, her, and so on. So these pronouns that we're using to answer the question, who or whom, are object forms of the pronouns. That's different to using I, he, she, they, we. Now, strictly speaking, we should be using whom in these instances. That is what is grammatically correct. But in modern spoken English, we don't use whom in all of these instances. There are a lot of times where you can use who, and that is just as acceptable. The one instance where you cannot use who in place of whom is where it is immediately preceded by a preposition. So let's look at this example. The 7 dwarves are the ones who or whom Snow White was saved by. The other way we could say this is the 7 dwarves are the ones by whom Snow White was saved. When we bring that preposition by right up next to the word whom, you can only use whom in that instance. You cannot say by who Snow White was saved, because if we ask the question, who was Snow White saved by, or whom was Snow White saved by, the answer to that would be, she was saved by them. We answer that who question with the object form of the pronoun. So to make things simple, who and whom can be interchangeable, but we should only use whom if there's a preposition immediately before it. Found that lesson useful? There are tons of other points in English just like this one that even native speakers make mistakes on. So I've made a playlist just for you so that you don't make those mistakes, and it's called Verses. You'll find it on my YouTube channel. So back to our quiz. Make sure you drop your answers in the comments below, and I'll check all your answers to make sure you understood today's lesson. The 12-day fluency blueprint is the course for you if you want to be able to think in English and use it like it's your first language. Because what we cover in this course is how to learn a language, how our brains actually work to acquire languages, so you can use that and apply it in the way you learn. Even if you're in Iran, you can still enroll for this course because I have a friend who's helping me help you help me help him. It's going to be the exact same price for you in Iranian currency. So get in touch with me in a DM and I'll put you in touch with the right person. Thank you so much for watching. You know I love you and I'm cheering for you. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.